What's up, everybody? Welcome back to my channel, man. For entertainment purposes only. Stay tuned to the end. Make sure you like, subscribe, and hit the bell. Man, go ahead and check your notifications and make sure that bell hit. But let's go ahead and just run it.
Matrix baby cakes? Like, what the heck is this? Is that a portal?
What? Bro, man, get up out that camera.
Is it a giant angel? Is it a sign from God? I don't know. But people are standing around taking pictures of it. Now look at this one. That's an iceberg. Except it's a perfect rectangle. A perfect rectangle iceberg. Glitch in the matrix, glitch in the matrix. Here's a building. Looks normal at first, right? Take a closer look, because half of it ain't there. It's not there. It's just windows with no building behind it. Glitch in the matrix, glitch in the matrix. Now this one's just weird. Some people told me that's the trail from an airplane. Except that's a pretty long trail, and where's the plane? To me, it looks like a rip in the sky. A rip in the sky, otherwise known as glitch in the matrix, glitch in the matrix. And then we have this. That looks like a portal that just opened in the sky. Why are most of these glitches appearing in the sky? Is something going on? Is this a warning? Is this a sign? I don't know, but I know one thing. It's a glitch in the matrix. It's a glitch in the matrix.
I can't believe what this former FBI agent just revealed.
What I'm here to tell people is that when Project Bluebeam is used, again, it's not going to be by the United States. It's not going to be by national. It's going to be by global government. They're the ones who are going to use this stuff. And it's going to be not just a bunch of pretty holograms. They're going to be using it for religious figures. They're going to have Jesus in the sky, but it's not just going to be holograms. There's going to be voice-to-skull technology. It's also going to be used. They're going to be able to have these figures speak to every human being on the planet. Imagine the impact of that they're going to be able to see the figure and also hear the figure talking to them. You know, it's amazing. I think that is the particular reason why Jesus said in the Bible, my sheep hear my voice and they will recognize my voice. And I think that was an anticipation of when this operation goes forward. And it's going to go forward in conjunction also with the great fake alien invasion. It's going to go forward with that. And who knows, it's going to be also a sweetener. It's going to be, instead of, we're going to have, maybe 10 or 20 UAPs that have incredible destructive capacity against our cities. But then with Project Bluebeam, they can make those appear like 200 or 300 or 400 UAPs. See, that's what they can do. And also these holograms, we call them holograms because that's the word that we know. But they're going to probably have the capacity for noise, for sound, for solidity, temporary solidity as well. And then you can say, well, but then that's not a hologram. Well, yeah, it's probably going to be something that is several steps above a hologram as well. So these are the things that we're facing. And these things are going to be faced all at once. That's the reason why I try so hard.
They got us all waiting on a hologram, but one day it's gonna be the real thing and ain't nobody gonna believe it. We gotta have a little balance, people.
This world is changing for the better. How many people seen the crystal quartz coming through the earth? The planet is speaking to us. When she wake up, we wake up. We have no time to stay asleep no more. Remember, crystals is knowledge, wisdom, and data. These crystals are coming through the earth because it's time for us to wake up. Don't forget that we have a crystal city inside of this planet. Crystal City is the highest vibration on this planet. Let's not forget that our pineal gland is really a crystal that stores and holds data. Once we remember that we are crystals, we will understand why they want our pineal gland to be calcified. At first, it's going to seem like the world is falling apart, but it's not falling apart, it's coming together. Once we come together and realize what's really going on, the game is over for the people that run this world. It's the reason why we have chakras inside of our body. These chakras are really crystal, but your crystal will not shine if you don't heal your body. That's why spirituality is so important. It's all about healing and remembering who you are. So when you hear about these courts breaking through the planet, it's just the first step. More is going to come. Remember, these Hollywood movies tried to warn us or let us know that crystals are really important. Matter of fact, crystals is how we talk to our ancestors. Remember this guy, Superman? He went to a crystal cave to talk to his ancestors, but the green crystal always made him weak. Why did the green crystal make him weak? It's because the green crystal represents the heart chakra. And the people that run this world are the false serpents. When you look at Superman logo, you might see an S, but it's not really an S. His logo is really a serpent because he represents the false reptilians that took over our world. Did you know there's crystals in cell phones, TVs, radios, all kind of technology for communication? The earth is trying to speak to us. That's why the quartz is breaking through the planet. You must have high vibrations or be connected to the mother to understand what she's trying to tell us. It's a warning. Things are changing for those who put in the work and effort to change. But for those who want to stay asleep, you're going to stay asleep. I have an 18-step guide in my ebook if you want to know what to do when you first wake up. We are going to the new earth and things are really about to change for everyone. So if I was you, I would save my energy.
A new device called LeviPrint uses sound waves to levitate and manipulate objects for touch-free building. In LeviPrint's video, you can see the interference patterns created by the sound waves. The video released by LeviPrint shows the device using sticks, spheres, and UV curable glue droplets to build a variety of different shapes, structures, and this orange cat thing? This LeviPrint technology could be useful in the biomedical field where they're worried about cross-contamination, or in manufacturing things like watches or phone cameras due to their small and sensitive parts. But it'll probably be a while before we see anything like LeviPrint being used commercially.
In reality, it's a very exciting period to be alive. And just to show you that sound does much more than that, sound actually levitates. Slightest frequency shift and it starts to spin. So with the smallest manipulation of shift in frequency, you can make it bop up and down, spin, tumble, whatever you want. So what does this all have to do with ancient civilizations? Because they understood all of this stuff. They understood resonance, they understood sound and frequency, and they used it as a source of energy. And this is what leads us to linking what we find in ancient times to a modern day levitator that lived at the bottom of Florida. His name was Edleitz Cullen, and in the 20s he built this spectacular place all on his own, single-handedly, with huge blocks of coral. That's why it's called Coral Castle. And he did this single-handedly, cut them, put them into place, and somehow he managed this on his own without ropes and pulleys. It is impossible for one person on your own to do this. And one day he was seen by two schoolboys apparently going on their way home from school, and they saw him levitating these huge blocks. They got very excited about this. We saw the man levitating these blocks. He was moving them through the air. And when the parents asked, well, how does he do it? The boy said he did it with ice cream cones in his hands. Well, I don't think they were lying, because this is exactly why I now call it the ice cream cone phenomenon. And it's very exciting because I've been finding ice cream cone type stone tools around the stone ruins all over Southern Africa.
Hey, I really think this is some of the technology that the ancient Egyptians used. Everything is a cycle. Same technology, just a different method.
Oh my god, it's on fire! Oh my god! Sorry. It's on fire! Mom!
Here are some morbid facts about Eminem. Eminem's father abandoned he and his mother when he was just an infant. In 2001, the man claimed he had a change of heart and wanted to reunite with his son, but Slim Shady refused. Eminem was severely bullied as a kid and was once beaten so badly that he was in a coma for 4 days. His mom even tried suing the school board for failing to sufficiently protect her child, but the case was dismissed. Years later, Eminem's mom tried suing him for $10 million for calling her an abusive drug addict in his music. She ended up settling for $25,000, but $23,000 went to her lawyer. When Eminem was a heavy user, he would swallow handfuls of pills without even knowing what they were. In 2007, he overdosed on so much methadone that doctors informed him he was only 2 hours away from dying. It was such a wake-up call for the rapper that he completely quit drugs immediately. Eminem relapsed the next year, but he went to Elton John for advice. Elton ended up calling him every day for the next 18 months and became a significant part of his recovery. Thankfully, Eminem has been sober ever since.
This is an electric tether car. I've never seen this before. These guys are racing them. Now, you are not going to believe how fast this thing goes. Crazy. And when you think it's going as fast as you can go, it turns the heat up. Check this out right here. Smoking. This is an adult toy right here, for real. You think that's fast? They're about to turn it up. Alright. Here we go. Imagine how hot that thing is, and it's still in one piece, man. There you go, electric tether car. Check it out.
So yesterday I made a video about them doing plane crash exercises in Miami, right? What a fucking coinkadink. Cause now they have planes that's catching on fire in Miami. This is so interesting. But you know, at least they'd be prepared. When is y'all gonna start listening? Yeah, they said it was a softball-sized hole above the engine, which made it catch on fire, which made them have to have an emergency landing. Once again, very interesting that they was doing exercises over plane crashes. Now, me personally, over these next couple months, I'm not riding no planes. Straight car action. Vroom vroom calaboom boom. Y'all, let me know what y'all think about this video in the comments. Like and follow for more wisdom and stay tuned.
So today we're talking about Thelema and Aleister Crowley. So Thelema is a modern day religion that was formed in 1904 by Aleister Crowley when he received a message from the entity Aiwass. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. But there are 3 main tenets of this religion, and it's pretty cool. So, do as thou wilt, love is the law, love under the will, and every man and every woman is a star. This religion focuses on ways to be able to draw out your true will beside your ego. The ways of doing this, Aleister says, is through yoga, incantations, pentagrams, chaos magic, and sex. It is considered to be the basis of what Hubbard used for Scientology, which is one of the major crazy conspiracy theory religions out there today. But all in all, it seems pretty cool, and it's got a lot of good truths to it. I don't know about you, but this seems pretty cool. As always, come and stay for more conspiracies.
Crowley is perhaps best known for his highly controversial and often scandalous personal life, as well as his founding of the religious philosophy of Thelema, which advocates for individual liberty and the pursuit of one's own true will. Born in 1875, Crowley was educated at Oxford University and became interested in the occult at a young age. He traveled extensively throughout his life, studying various spiritual and magical traditions, including Hinduism, Buddhism, and Islam. In 1904, Crowley claimed to have received a series of communications from a spiritual entity called Aiwass, who dictated to him the Book of the Law, the central text of Thelema. According to the book of the law, the individual's true will is the key to achieving personal fulfillment and enlightenment.
How many people ever heard about this? Dude kind of remind me of Charles Manson a little bit. I don't know, them the vibes I get. But let me know in the comments, fill me in.
Animals frozen, y'all. That's crazy, you ain't had to do that. But wow. Shit's really happening, y'all. Look at this. To be witnessing this right now, y'all. It's crazy. And we're just now in the time of quote unquote winter. Like, so what does this mean? But even out here, the trees are already coming back green, and everywhere else on the planet as well. What does this mean? Like, are they gonna keep going with this whole winter thing? I just don't understand. Like, this winter is so harsh all at once, but then the planet is still thriving and alive, and it's green. So what is going on? But yeah, here we go, y'all. That's Russia. Animals freezing over there. Things are getting a lot more interesting. The water's coming up out of Russia as well too. Y'all remember that? This video is strictly for entertainment purposes only. I'm only raising awareness to interesting situations during these interesting times. Let me know what you guys think about this video. Like, comment, and share for more videos like this. Thank you for tuning to my frequency. We end this shift, y'all. We end it. Peace.
They gotta suck to get frozen in mid-stride. And they gotta suck even more to get kicked over by some jackass.
Unidentified objects.
What if all this UAP stuff was just powerful people in these private companies just playing around with each other and having little games and playing around with us? Why? Because I would.
In the old Celtic Druid occultism of ancient England, from which we have gotten about 95% of our mysticism in America has come from the old ancient English Celtic magicians. We always see pictures of Merlin the magician with his magic wands, and all the magicians always have their magic wands. Magic wands were always made out of holly wood. And Hollywood has been used for many years to manipulate your thinking and to prepare you to accept certain mystical premises. Someone said a long time ago, many will look with their eyes but not see, and listen with their ears but not hear. And that's us. That is this country. We have been looking at things all along and never realizing the significance of the occult emblems that
But a bunch of Dr. Strangeloves? Pretty weird stuff. But scientists have been experimenting with radio frequencies on animals' brains for decades, and the military has followed it all very closely. Back in the 60s, the Soviets began zapping the American embassy in Moscow with a low-frequency beam. One theory is that they were trying to mess with people's central nervous systems, and one report did say the diplomats got depressed a lot. And hey, just think of all the nifty applications against the enemy. Why blow people up when you can drive them crazy?
From documents dating back into the early 80s, we see that the military had discussed the possibilities of mind control through radio frequency energy. The possibility is there. The military has studied it.
A 1982 Air Force report called radio frequency energy a major new research initiative and said that RF can, quote, disrupt normal purposeful behavior. A 1987 military report called for more research on RF energy as a non-lethal weapon, while pointing out that most of the existing technology is classified. In 1993, there was a big conference at Johns Hopkins University. The entire conference was classified. The agenda wasn't, and weapons using extremely low radio frequencies, or ELFs, were listed as a very attractive option.
This whole time we wondering why we crave and want certain things. Now we know why.
You are God. You are a representation of God. You are an aspect of the overall energy that is being played out through every single vessel or body or organism there is in this entire thing. So with that being said, there are and there has been entities for thousands of years infiltrating different planetary systems, and that is what has happened on this realm. So with that being said, things have been designed in a way to brainwash and program the collective overall. So with that being said, when you spawn here in this spiritual, physical realm, you can either choose to be a product of the system or create your own way of doing things here and finding and tapping into your own divinity and not what they have shown you or told you. Okay, you will never find God in a Bible, in a church, in a temple, or somewhere far out in the mountains. You will always find God within yourself and within your own heart. It's not outside of you. You are the embodiment. You are the representation. You are an aspect of this source energy. And whenever you see somebody else, you acknowledge that within them. Because you know deep down subconsciously that this is all just an act and you are part of this one big thing. That's why everybody says that they are I or you. They're both the same thing. Everybody refers as I, everybody refers as you. It's all one thing being played out through multiple thousands of vessels. You are God.
Where are all the nanobots? There are a lot of different applications for nanotechnology, and we already use some of them. Microchips are a famous example. Their transistors can be like 10 atoms wide, and that has allowed us to cram a tera of data into these things. But also tennis rackets, which use carbon nanotubes to make the frame stronger. The idea behind medical nanobots is that they would monitor your entire body and stop diseases before they happen. They could target cancer cells or clear up plaque and deliver treatment to specific areas, which would actually eliminate a lot of side effects. However, there are quite a few challenges, like cost and the complexity of the design, but also power, synchronization between the bots, which means data transmission and sensors, and that's a lot to pack in something 100 atoms tall. The pieces we're talking about here are small enough to be dealing with quantum phenomena, meaning that elements at that scale behave a little differently. For example, if you shrink a particle, it can change colors. So some doctors are worried that nanobots could be toxic at that size. But nanobots on the larger side that just monitor sugar levels or blood pressure, probably from a fixed location, are more realistic and will probably happen in the next 10 years.
I remember when I graduated high school, it seemed like they was pushing for everybody to go in for nanotechnology. But then after a few years, you ain't heard nothing else about it.
Morbid facts about Michael Jackson, Part 5. After learning from biological tests that Michael Jackson might not be her real father, Paris Jackson attempted to take her own life. She said she idolized her father so much that the news led to her overdosing on pills and cutting her wrists before she was saved at the hospital. Michael suffered from severe insomnia and didn't receive any real sleep for 60 days leading up to his death. Instead, his doctor had been putting him under general anesthesia every night, which would end up killing him at the age of 50. The details revealed in Michael's autopsy report were nothing short of disturbing. He was almost completely bald and had a number of cosmetic tattoos, including permanent eyeliner and lip liner. He had puncture wounds all over his arms and had nothing but pills in his stomach at the time of death. As part of a project called As If Nothing Happened, an AI drew Michael Jackson as if he were still alive today and had never received any plastic surgery.
Stop, you're not gonna want to miss this. Some people are calling this man a superhero because he learned how to channel his chi. They interviewed this man on the news. This is what happened.
This is nothing, okay? It's my burn.
He felt
like this.
For our sound recordist, it was also a shocker.
Channeling your piece.
He then took our newspaper outside and showed us how chi can also be used to set things on fire.
Chi setting things on fire. Are we seeing this?
When he heard we'd shown this footage in public, he was very upset and refused all our future efforts to contact him again. As the years passed, we sadly resigned ourselves to never seeing him again.
So y'all remember all them patents that we was telling y'all about? They was telling us we really got super abilities. Oh, you thought it was a game. It's not. I'm finna channel my T2 and have superpowers. Stop. Y'all let me know what y'all think about this video in the comments. Like.
Come on, spill the tea.